Hey, what's up, guys? Here I am. If you enjoyed my last video I just did right now, I was playing Super Mario Brothers. I was trying to beat it, came close, made it to 8-1. Of course, I worked from level 5 to 8, but I'm sorry I had to skip 6 and 7. But anyway, we'll play it again soon. But yeah, well, I wanted to make a video. I haven't done a sports one for a long time, so I kind of want to do one real quick. NBA playoffs, I'm trying to get into it because it's conference finals, but I didn't get into NBA at all this year, you guys. It was weird, the weirdest thing ever. And same with college basketball. I don't know why, but I uh, I still like football. As a matter of fact, I was watching some arena football right now. The Rattlers and the Strike Force. I was trying to watch Sugar Skulls and the who did they play? The Bucks, Bismarck Bucks. I was trying to watch that, but it's still not playing on YouTube right now. Anyway, watching the Rattlers and the Strike Force, see if Strike Force could pull off the upset against the Rattlers here. Ooh, they tied the game, 14-14. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm not here to talk about that though. Once we get to the arena, or I'm sorry, indoor football, IFL. Once we get into the playoffs, we'll talk more about the Sugar Skulls if they got to get in. They're 6-5 right now in their first season, so that's what I think about them so far. But I wanted to talk about real quick about I guess we'll do a boxing what if. I miss boxing so much, you guys, the way it used to be. I did watch Wilder get the knockout from the other night. On YouTube they had the highlights. Well, it was a first round knockout, so they showed the knockout, and that was glad the guy that got knocked out is doing okay and everything. But that was impressive. You know, knockouts are what sell. You know, we don't these 12-round dances, and nobody hardly ever gets a marking on them anymore. You know, that's I don't know, but that choreographed or not, it's not exciting. You know, in this, whether if it's the real deal or whatever, I hope it still is. I hope no one goes in there and takes dives and stuff. I'm sure I know that's happened, but um, but yeah, I think this guy was trying to he gave it a good effort. He took his best shots in the beginning there, and he caught Wilder. I don't know if he hurt Wilder, but he caught him with a good punch, and Wilder backed away. So I'm sure at least stung him for sure. Um, but man, what a impressive knockout! I was really impressed by that. First time I've seen a impressive knockout like that since I think Lennox Lewis knocked out Hasim Rahman. You know, that I can remember as far as the heavyweight division goes. But anyway, speaking of the heavyweight division, I want to talk about um, Mike Tyson. Another what if. I did a Tyson Bowl what if about probably like a year ago now. It was a while back, but I want to do this one on a Tyson versus a Holyfield. But when they were originally supposed to meet, not in '91. Well, yeah, in '91, but if Tyson wouldn't have lost to Buster Douglas, they would have met as early as June 1st, 1990. These weird dates. I think that was gonna be a Friday. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, that was the earliest they were gonna meet, was June 1st, 1990. Of course, that didn't happen. Tyson lost to Buster Douglas, and then it kind of Holyfield went on to fight Douglas in October of that year, and beat him, and then Tyson was now chasing Holyfield. So, you know, these guys had a you know, boxing fans know already they have a good history. Well, I mean, as far as like a sparring history, I guess was getting too physical or something, or hitting each other too hard, and coach told them to stop. And I don't know who's came up with the bad blood thing stuff, but it put the fight on hold for a long time, guys. They were gonna fight in November of '91, but then of course Tyson got injured, and then all that other crap happened. So they didn't fight until like November of '96, and both guys at that time were not done, but they were not definitely far removed from their prime for sure, boxing prime, and that is, and but yeah, But let's talk about when they were supposed to, with what if Tyson never had lost to Buster Douglas and moved on and fought Holyfield in June of 1990. Let's talk about that, where they were at. Both obviously would have been undefeated at the time. Um, it should have Tyson had won that Buster Douglas fight. Um, and Man, that would have been the best. I think that fight was supposed to happen at Caesars. I know it was supposed to happen at Caesars in '91 when they were gonna fight in November of '91. But if they would have fought in '90 June of '90, I think it would have been. I think it also would have been at Caesar's Palace as well. Well, anyway, I miss these outdoor arena fights, guys. Those are the ones that the fight card, the sun's still out, or if it's like spring or summer, of course. Yeah, even in the fall a little bit too. The sun's still out for the first like fight or two, and then you kind of see the sun go down in the background, and then of course the main event would be like nighttime. So that's cool. I wish we can go back to that. I hope they do. Yeah, we need some more. Caesars should do another outdoor arena. I'm sure they have the space for it. The Mirage was another one too. These outdoor arenas were cool. I think Las Vegas Hilton was. It was it was ghetto, I guess, because out in the parking lot, but it was kind of cool in a way because it was right there by the building and everything. Kind of like the Mirage too. You can see the buildings in the background and stuff. Caesars had it. I think Caesars might have been a little more distant, but anyway, let's talk about the fight. Anyway, I'm real detailed like that. And when I talk about how I miss boxing, I miss the way it used to be. Like not just the fighters, but the the the, the setting, the surroundings, having it in an arena all the time. I can understand like maybe sometimes, but man, once in a while, change it up, have it outside or something. Especially the bigger fights like it used to be. Anyway, so this fight I think would have been outdoors. Would have been cool, especially in June, a lot of sun out. Um, I don't know who would have been in the fight card, but anyway, I'm sure it would have been. That's one thing about Don King. People say that, yeah, he did rip off a lot of people or whatever, but that's not. He did always put together good fight cards. That I will say. Now I think they're trying to go back to having strong. You need strong fight cards. But the bigger the fight, I think the stronger the fight card should be. But anyway, but yeah, I think Tyson was definitely a lot quicker, of course. Holyfield as well. They were both guys were quicker. Tyson, moved from side to side a lot, really, and then Holyfield kind of like bounced around, jabbed, and was more of a boxer. Um, and Of course, this fight, I don't think. Well, Tyson, of course, is going to come forward, but Holyfield, I think could have handled Tyson's pressure. I think would have given Tyson problems. But I also think the other thing for Holyfield too, I think a quicker Tyson, a more mobile Tyson, not the Tyson looking for just one punch, but the one that would move his head. And he was getting away from that in '90. Again, this is if he would have gotten past Buster Douglas, but I think a more ideal fight probably too would have been the '88 Tyson versus a '90 Holyfield. Because Holyfield, in my opinion, because Tyson was, I was really little to remember it, but thank God for YouTube, going back to some of these fights now and seeing, I remember Tyson struggling against Bruno, and I went back and watched that fight. He really struggled against Bruno. It's kind of like Bruno got tired and Tyson took advantage and was fortunately still in better shape than Bruno and was able to knock him out in the fifth. But a more discipline and nothing taken away from Frank Bruno. He fought a good first 3-4 rounds, but he Tyson was just a different animal before that fight right there. He was just a moving machine, mobile, not so much like as a boxer, but he knew how to move his head. He put combinations together, powerful combinations too. He wasn't just looking for one punch, and I think Holyfield had never really seen anything like that before, and that he would have had problems too. So I think this fight right here would have been an all time classic if these two guys would have met each other, both in their absolute primes. That's why we need a new boxing video game, you guys. it's been what are they now? Xbox One and PS4. I think they still have. Well, hopefully when these new systems come out, the PS5 and the Xbox, whatever they're gonna call it, um, come out with the boxing game. Come out. I mean, email me. My email's in right here. I have a lot of ideas. I'd probably do a video of a boxing game ideas coming up soon. So I have a lot of ideas. I do like boxing, and I do select the Knockout Kings that came out with the PlayStations back in the day. That was cool. The rosters were pretty good rosters, and the rosters could be like a boxing game called like Throwback Boxing Throwback or something like that, where there'll be a splash of some of the current guys too, or just call it um boxing. I don't know. I'll come up with the title, but have legends in there, have current guys in there too. Kind of like what Fight Night and Knockout Kings did, but kind of everybody in their prime. You know, Tyson from '88, Holyfield from '90, Ali from '66. I want 67. Ali in the '60s for sure, like 66, 67 around there. Everyone in their prime. Chavez of like 86, 87, probably 87 when he beat Edwin Rosario. But just like that, De La Hoya from like 90, his prime was probably like 96, probably. You know, everyone that was in their prime, whatever weight class they were in, that's what. And simplify it, do for a game at least. Heavyweight, middleweight, and lightweight. But anyway, for Tyson Holyfield, this would have been a classic, you guys. This would have been, I think, it would be hard for this fight to see this fight go 12 rounds. It's possible. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's possible, but I think in the later rounds, probably like kind of like when we saw in the first fight, like rounds 10, 11, around there. I think somebody was gonna go down, and Holyfield had a big heart, and he was also. I think it's hard. I think Holyfield, if Tyson would have to beat Holyfield in the beginning rounds, I think like before round 6, I would say, and then I think after for the first half of the fight, somewhere in the first half of the fight, Tyson would have to knock Holyfield out. But if it gets into that after round 6, like round 7 and onward, I think Holyfield had the willpower to go ahead and probably take over. If it did get that late into the fight. So maybe Holyfield, probably the same as the first fight, but it would have been more competitive though. That the first fight they had in '96 wasn't. I mean, Tyson came out in that first round. He had a good first round, and I think the only other round he won in that fight, in my opinion, was round 5. So rounds 1 and 5, and then Holyfield pretty much dominated the rest of the fight. But yeah, and the second fight, it sucks because it's almost like if it never really happened. The bite fight. So that was rough. Hold on, guys. Okay. Anyway, had to move something real quick. Anyway, but yeah, I think that would have been I could be wrong, but we'll never know. That's why we need to come out with another boxing game too, you guys, and pretty soon. But Prime Boxing or Boxer Legend Prime Boxing Legends. I don't know. We'll have to figure out a name soon. But if you guys come up with something, let me know. What's your guys' opinions? What do you guys think about if these guys would have originally fought June 1st, 1990? If Tyson would have never lost to Buster Douglas, or just both fighters in their prime, whatever time it is, Tyson from '88 versus a Holyfield from 1990. When Tyson beat the night that Tyson beat Spinks, that Tyson versus the Holyfield the night he beat Buster Douglas to win the title. So those two right there, versions of each other. So let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching. I think that'll be it for this week. But next week I'll be coming up with some more stuff. This is fun, guys. I'm glad to be doing this more now. And stay tuned, you guys. Take care. God bless, and everyone have a good day and a good week. See ya.